Leslie Botos, Central California Blood Center Director of Community Relations. Without blood, people could die. There's not a surgery or a therapy for people who are injured or sick that can move forward without an adequate supply of blood on the shelves of every hospital we serve every day. Patty Hixson's been involved with this organization for decades. She's worked in radio, where she supported the Blood Center by messages that help get the word out about what the needs are of patients in our community. Patty ended up being a blood recipient and a patient herself as she was delivering her son. She ended up with major complications that resulted in her needing a significant amount of blood.
Patricia Hixson, and I am the Vice President, General Manager of Cumulus Fresno, and I manage KMJ, Kiss Country, Y101, and Mega 97.9. My relationship with the Blood Center started in about 1987, so it's been close to 29 years. And then in 1989, I was pregnant with my first son, and had kind of a normal pregnancy, but gained a lot of weight and worked up to about 2 or 3 days before I delivered. And went into the hospital and delivered my first boy, Chase. That was pretty crazy because I went in with about 14 units of hemoglobin, and I bled down to 3. I was sent to basically an OR room where they had to pump me full of sugar water, if you will, and they had to figure out a way to stop the bleeding. Luckily, I was still very lucid. I was cracking jokes. So not many people are cracking jokes at 3 minutes of hemoglobin. You're pretty out of it. I remember my brother looking at me and saying, "Patty, you have no choice. You have to have blood transfusion." So I think Leslie reached out to me and called me in the hospital room.
She was very fearful of it. Even though we now had a test, it was safer than it had ever been, very, very concerned. And Patty called me to her bedside. She said, "I am so frightened." And we talked about transfusions are not given unless there's an absolute need for it.
So over the course of 5 days, I was transfused with more than, probably mostly whole blood. And it changes you in a positive way. You know, I've always been very empathetic, and I've been a pretty sensitive person. But it's made me give blood. It's made me do things that, help in terms of getting the word out. I'm not just somebody in an accident. You know, who would think you're pregnant and you lose all your blood? I mean, there are many different things that happen to people that you are not aware of, and now I am more aware of the needs. So in every situation, blood is needed. It's not just the accidents, but it's cancer patients. It's people that are going through leukemia, people that need platelet transfusions, people that need apheresis, people that need different blood types. So there are so many different facets in terms of blood needs in our communities. So everybody should be giving blood. Everybody who's capable of giving blood should be giving blood. But if you're not thinking about doing it, make it something that you start thinking about.